This part, we will introduce how to create the preset. When in program or performance, users always need to add in some attributes, such as color, global, and so on. In that case, if you had created some presets in this part, you can add them in rapidly. Each preset keys can store all channel values, but it will be more convenient to use if you create them one by one, because the same kind of preset will be switched, but different kinds can be multi-added in. For example, if they are same of color, they will be switched. But if one is color, another one is global, they can multi-add in. To create the preset, you should select the feature first. The preset can only be used in the feature which you had selected. So, you would better select all the features in the same model. For example, I select all the models and locate them. Then, select preset, edit preset. There are 3 modes for saving the preset. The default option is current attribute. It means only save the attribute which are in the attribute keys. Whatever how many attributes you have changed, it will only save the attributes in this key. The second option is all attribute. It means all channel attributes of the features will be saved. We seldom use this option because it may conflict the playback when you add it in. The third option is change attribute. It means all the attributes you have adjusted will be saved. Those attributes have been adjusted will turn green. In fact, we are widely use mode change and current. For example, I want to create a red color preset, so I select color here, and then I adjust the value to red. And because it has only one attribute in this key, and I didn't adjust any other attribute, I can use either change or current to save the preset. But if I had adjusted another, for example, global, in that case, if I want to save the color only, I should turn to color first and then use current to save. For example, I want to save in the first one. Now, there is a menu to enter the name of the preset. So, I can call out the keyboard and type in red, R-E-D, enter and exit. Here has a fading time, but we suggest you not to set it here because you can use the time when you're using the preset. We'll show you later. Now I confirm. You will find red has been created. Now I will show you another mode of edit preset. Now we have red color and global. If I use change attribute, then I save on the second button. For example, I name red, enter, plus, enter, circle. Enter, exit, confirm. When I use the first one, it will only add in the color. But when I use the second one, color and global will add in together. Now I will show you how to use the preset. For example, I select the feature, the first 8 features. Locate them. If I use the first one, only red will be added in. Again, if I use the second one, color red and the global will be added in together. That's the difference of the save model. After you save the preset, you use edit preset. There is a menu, preset menu. And then you can select any. You will find which features can use the effects. And you can rename it or delete it here. That's for presets. Besides, when you want to use the presets, there is something you should notice. For example, I want a playback first. At this time, you can use the preset directly. If I don't select any features, all of them will be added in this preset. But if I had select any feature, for example, I select 1, 2, 4, and then I add in the preset. At this time, only the features what I selected will be added in the preset. Other features will keep still there. And just now, we had introduced the preset fade time. And for example, I made 2 presets for your information. For example, I select feature 4. Okay. I made a scene, for example, here. And then, edit preset, I save in 3. Confirm. Then, I set another one. For example here, also edit preset, save in 4. Now, I set the fade time in 3 and confirm. Clear. Okay, now I want to play back first. At this time, if I use the preset 3, the feature will move to the Y position directly. And if I use preset 4, the feature will use the fading time to fade into position. Besides, I can use the time before using preset. For example, just now, when I use 3, it will go directly. But now, if I use 8, and then I use the preset, now you will find the feature will move there with 8 seconds. And preset 4, when I use it directly, it will use 3 seconds. But if I enter 0 and then use this preset, it will go directly. That's all for the presets.